Welcome to All the Horror Podcast. Each episode will feature a spine-tingling, creepy horror story that will keep you awake. Enjoy the story.
Listeners, have you ever experienced a moment that shattered your perception of safety and threatened to plunge you into the depths of darkness? Today, I share with you a haunting memory from my childhood, one that resurfaces in flashes of fear and gratitude. As I recall the events that unfolded on a fateful day, I am reminded of the fragility of our existence and the unsettling realities that lurk in the shadows. In the recesses of my mind, buried beneath layers of forgotten memories, lies a recollection that still sends shivers down my spine. It was an event that played out like a surreal nightmare, a funeral tainted by an unexpected intrusion of violence. Allow me to transport you back to that time when innocence collided with malevolence and a young child's world was turned upside down. At the tender age of 6, I found myself amidst the solemnity of an uncle's funeral. The atmosphere was heavy with grief as we traveled a long distance to reach the final resting place. Friends and family gathered, their hearts burdened by loss, yet seeking solace in the shared memories of a beloved relative. Little did we know that this somber occasion would soon transform into a terrifying ordeal that would forever etch itself into our collective consciousness. As the day wore on and the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows over the gathering, the urge to disperse became palpable. After all, the funeral had served its purpose, paying tribute to a cherished life extinguished too soon. Our minds began to drift toward the warmth and comfort of our homes or hotel rooms, longing for respite from the sorrow that clung to the air like a heavy fog. Suddenly, amidst the disheartened murmurs, a figure emerged, a stranger in our midst. His demand for food, delivered with an air of entitlement, struck a dissonant chord among the mourners. Unaware of the sacred nature of the gathering, this interloper insisted on his share of sustenance, despite his lack of connection to the departed soul. Tensions escalated as my father and other uncles politely declined, refusing to entertain the stranger's demands. What followed can only be described as an eruption of aggression and chaos. The stranger, growing increasingly hostile, attempted to strike my father. In an instant, a scuffle broke out, pitting the outnumbered intruder against my father and the uncles, all towering giants compared to the assailant's diminutive frame. The confrontation was short-lived, as the stranger was swiftly overpowered, his physical stature no match for the collective strength of those defending their family's honor. Satisfied that order had been restored, we breathed a collective sigh of relief, believing the ordeal to be concluded. Little did we know that the true nightmare was yet to unfold. While I sought refuge inside a rented hall, accompanied by my aunt and a solitary companion, the remaining mourners dispersed. It was at this moment, when the darkness had fully descended upon us, that the echoes of gunshots pierced the air. Panic seized my young heart as I clung to my aunt, tears streaming down my face. We sought shelter within the confines of the hall, hiding from an unseen threat that shattered the fragile peace we had momentarily regained. Time seemed to stretch into an eternity as we cowered in our hiding place, the world outside consumed by mayhem and terror. The sound of masked intruders, their voices menacing and demanding, reverberated through the hall. Fear clutched at our throats as we desperately clung to the hope that they would pass us by, that our trembling bodies would remain unseen. These harbingers of chaos armed with guns, knives, and axes, had not come for vengeance or personal gain. They were driven by a more primal motivation, the pursuit of sustenance. In their twisted logic, they believed that our grieving assembly held an abundance of food and drink that they were entitled to claim. Shots fired into the air served as a stark reminder of their intentions, a chilling warning that obedience was the only path to survival. Silently, we endured the agonizing minutes that stretched into an eternity. And then, just as abruptly as they had arrived, the intruders departed, leaving us trembling in their wake. The distant sound of police sirens permeated the air, their reassuring call to safety guiding our tentative steps toward freedom. With each cautious step, the reality of what had transpired slowly sank in. There were no pools of blood, no lifeless bodies strewn in their wake. The assailants had vanished into the night, leaving behind a shattered illusion of security. As I rushed into the open arms of my parents, relief washed over me, mingling with a profound sense of gratitude for our survival. In the wake of this traumatic event, I was left with a lingering sense of vulnerability and a deeper understanding of the fragility of life. The realization that our world could be torn asunder in an instant, forever altering the lives of those left behind, weighed heavily on my young mind. It was a stark reminder that violence, in all its forms, continues to plague our society, leaving countless families shattered and scarred. Dear listeners, as I share this chilling account with you, my heart goes out to those who have experienced the loss of a loved one, a friend, or a partner due to senseless acts of violence. May we, as a society, strive for a future where such horrors are eradicated, replaced by compassion, empathy, and a genuine commitment to the well-being of all. Let this tale serve as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and a call to action against the darkness that threatens to consume us.